It's New Brew Thursday! Woo! Look who we have back.
Hi.
Hey, it's PhatEmoKid.
Thank you for having me back, guys.
Yes. Our last episode didn't get any views, so we thought we'd try it again.
That sucks for you.
Come on, let's see if we can get Aric to get some viewers over here.
And
Third time's the charm.
Nice. But today we're doing one of Aric's favorite styles of beer, which is a porter.
Yes, definitely. I love a porter.
Not just a porter, but a coconut porter from the beautiful state of Maui, which is actually Hawaii, not Maui. Maui would be one of the islands on Hawaii.
And it's not actually a state.
So, but yeah, this is it's a canned beer, and which is one of the new crazes in craft beer, which I'm sure you know. But
Which I dig.
Yeah, I do as well. I really like the canned revolution because, as it says on the can, it says it is lighter, chills quicker, and can be enjoyed on beaches and in sensitive environments. I don't know what a sensitive environment is though.
This house.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm sensitive. I need a can. I feel like, oh no, no cans.
Sensi's for canned craft beer.
So
I feel like Maui and Oscar Blues are like the two kind of leaders in the can. Like, are there any others who are really pushing the
21st
can?
Amendment.
Oh yeah.
New Belgium.
Sorry.
New
How could
Belgium
I forget?
also got into it too.
Yeah, they're gonna start
Fat
canning.
Tire.
Sorry, Sean.
Fat Tire.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. They've already started canning it, by the way.
Yeah.
So
So cans is kind of the new thing that's going to be coming, and I think it's going to be cool. This is brewed with 6 varieties of malted barley, hops, and hand toasted. Not just toasted.
Ooh.
It's not like they just dumped it into a toaster. They hand toast it.
That's super fancy.
So hand toast it.
I'm opening mine.
Apparently, it's an award winner.
It is an award winner.
So I'm going to check
Now,
in.
is a porter supposed to be that? Is it supposed to be this chilled?
Well, this is actually just above cellar temperature, but you can probably drink this a little colder too.
Oh, okay.
I really like this beer because it can withstand different temperatures. Like, it has a great flavor profile when it's kind of ice cold, like when you get it off tap. But when you let it warm up a little bit, it really brings out a lot more of the coconut and the chocolate.
So, is this your first time having this?
Yes, it is.
Me too.
It's going to be my first
yours
time
as well,
too.
yeah.
I'm also checking in on Untappd right now.
I'm smelling a lot of the chocolate.
Ooh.
So,
Is that
John,
right,
explain why you're checking it on Untappd and none of us are.
Well, Brad, I'm checking into Untappd.
I'm checking it into Untappd as well.
Oh my.
But please explain.
Because this is how it's going to work. Whenever New Brew Thursday does a beer in the studio, we're going to check into Untappd. So you basically can check our Untappd.
The New Brew Thursday Untappd.
Yeah, New Brew Thursday. Untappd.com/user/.
We want our personal accounts. We're still going to be using those primarily. This is just going to be for the show itself.
This is mainly for when we shoot the show. That way, there's a reference. You know, so if you want to get the beer beforehand, you can go find it and drink along with us.
Right.
So, we're not going to exactly say when we check in when the show will be released because that kind of fluctuates. But that's what we're doing.
I totally thought you were about to say something else. And I was like, whoa, watch the language there, mister.
Am I missing something?
When you said fluctuates, I thought you were going to say something completely different.
Flatulence?
No, like, you know, chew up.
Close.
No.
Anyway, while John's pouring this, and we're going to do a cheers, I want to give a shout out to our fellow podcasters, the Two Beer Queers, who are on the island of Hawaii. And I'm very sad because the Two Beer Queers show is coming to an end. And so I thought we'd take this time, since we're drinking Hawaiian beer, to give them a toast and a cheers to all of the amazing episodes. I think they've been doing it for 2 years. And just to say thanks for the shows and hope to see you around Twitter.
From your friends on the mainland.
Cheers. Cheers to you guys.
And cheers to Maui.
Cheers to Maui, and I'm drinking this beer now.
Here we go.
Cheers to enough people. God, I just love that beer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot more coconut, but
No, it's...
No, the coconut's very subtle, which is, I like that because I'm not a huge coconut fan.
I didn't want a lot of coconut.
Yeah, I'm not
I
a huge
would
fan.
I would go as far as saying I personally don't really get a coconut out of this.
Vibe off of it.
Yeah.
It's really subtle on the sides and the back of the palate. You'll get just that little hint of the coconut, like...
bitterness?
Yeah, it's almost like a coconut bitterness. Because I don't consider coconut to be sweet. The milk is sweet, but when you eat the actual coconut itself, it's not as sweet. But I think this is a good beer for like people who are not really into craft beer, because I think when they see this, they're like, oh, coconut porter, and they kind of get in their mind like an Almond Joy. You know, and who doesn't love an Almond Joy, you know? Yeah. And so it's a good intro beer, and I know a lot of people who are not craft beer, you know, obsessed like I am, who love this beer and will go out of their way to get it. So But we're gonna be pairing this with. I'm gonna let Brad say it because I don't talk Thai.
Well, obviously a cheesecake.
Obviously a cheesecake,
yeah.
which we'll get to in a minute because if you watched a few weeks back, you'll know why that's there.
Right.
Right. This is just a Thai soup called Tom Kha Gai. Coconut milk based. You can have it with different meats like shrimp or chicken or tofu or whatever,
Beef or
but
pork.
we're using chicken. It's got mushrooms and spices in it, so it's kind of like a
little
spicy
bit. There's some
coconut.
red peppers in there, like bell peppers, green bell peppers, a little bit of mint.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is good for when you're sick.
Well, Tom Yum is usually better for sick, but Tom Kha is
Well,
okay
Tom
too.
Yum is more yummy.
He's a good guy, by the way.
Tom Yum. I think I follow him on Twitter.
But this is definitely coconut forward. The interesting thing about this soup is spicy coconut. It's hot, spicy
Yeah.
coconut.
Right.
This would be an interesting contrasting pairing.
I think it's going to go really well.
I certainly hope so.
Ooh. You know what? It brings out so much more of the chocolate.
Ooh, that's great.
And I get just a little bit more of the coconut on the back end as well. It almost does turn it into an almond joy.
Yep.
So
Go figure,
that's bizarre. I like that a lot. And Bill will probably yell at us because we did not clear this with him, and he does not know we're doing this.
We have a very festive studio audience tonight.
We took our happy pills today.
No, just martinis.
Thank you for the dirty martinis, Evie.
Oh wow,
They were awesome.
What? I have to go get food, and you guys are drinking dirty martinis.
Whoops.
See what happens?
They weren't dirty, they were filthy.
Wow, that's what she said.
Yeah, it definitely
Okay.
brings out.
So you like Tom Kha?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It brings out a lot of that chocolate, like you said. A lot of the, not so much the coconut, but more the sweet chocolate.
And the carbonation definitely enhances the spice.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not that spicy, but then you take a drag and you're like, it kicks up the spiciness.
Take a
Right.
drag.
And I think it pairs very,
Take
very
a drag
well
of
with
the
this.
draught of the mead.
It's excellent.
Yeah, this is really tasty. This works really well. So while we enjoy this and I masticate on it, we're gonna send you off to a Master Pairings where Bill will be taking food and beer and creating something amazing with it.
Enjoy.
It's a new
Have
experience.
you ever heard of that?
What's Master Pairings?
Who's
Dr. Bill?
Quite.
Who is this Dr. Bill man?
Hey everybody, welcome to another Master Pairings. It's me, Bill Sysak, known as Dr. Bill in the beer community, and Steven Johnson, my fellow New Brew Thursdayan.
I need no introduction, please.
Okay. Not since you grew the beard.
Well, now everybody thinks I'm you.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I get free beer everywhere I go now.
Do not egg him on. Anyways, today I'm doing a classic German Pilsner.
Okay.
There are two main types of Pilsners, Czechoslovakian and German Pilsners. Of course, the Pilsner Urquell is one of the first Pilsners ever created. And then in the Munich region of Bavaria, they also did Munich Pilsners. And this particular one is Weltenburger Kloster Pils. It's a 4.9% German Pilsner, very nice. Part of what they call the Golden Triangle in beer history is the area between Vienna, Munich, and Pilsen, Czechoslovakia. And that's where three of the great beer styles started, or three of the great brewing centers were, which was the Munich area, Vienna, Austria, where they have the Viennese lager, and then Pilsen, where the name Pilsner came from. And so even though this isn't Czechoslovakian, this is a German version, I think you're going to like it a lot. And today we're going to pair with it some Knockwurst and Bockwurst.
Sausages!
Thank you, Stephen. Two great German sausages. Veal and pork and pork and beef are the components for the two. The Knockwurst being the veal and pork, the lighter one.
It's a great Oktoberfest fare.
Excuse me, the Bockwurst. Yeah. And the Knockwurst is the more classic color of sausage. And some great German pretzels and some great stone ground mustard. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice crispness.
Very refreshing.
In the front end, refreshing. Has a hint of subtle sweetness in the back. I already pre-cut some sausages for you, so feel free to
dig in.
grab a couple. A little stone ground mustard. Grab you a nice pretzel. Yeah. There you go. I get to make a wish because I got the wish button.
It didn't come true. I'm still here. Oh, yeah.
You know, beer is basically liquid bread. Mm-hmm. Yeast, grain, ferments, dough rises, beer. So you can't go wrong with pairing beer and bread. And usually it's a no-brainer with things, but I like a great Pilsen with a pretzel. It's just something I had the years I lived in Germany, and it just goes really well.
Oh, the mustard tastes amazing, too.
And yes, and the mustard, even though it's got an intense flavor, it's going to go really well with the Pilsner.
Mm-hmm. Mustard has a unique, really harsh flavor to it, but the sweetness of the Pilsner totally cuts through that and brings it down a little bit.
Exactly. And once again, it's that beer has bitterness. Bitterness plays well with sweetness and heat. Now, something I don't talk a lot about in these master pairings before, but so I want to touch on is regionality and seasonality. Regionality, there's a reason why a great Flemish red goes with a carbonade from Belgium, or mussels and frites go great with a wit, or a beer de garde goes great with some rich, fatty French cuisine, or a Pilsen goes great with, you know, southern German sausages and stone ground German mustard and pretzels. It's all about regionality.
Is it because of the water in the region?
Sometimes that's actually a factor, because a lot of the times flavor profiles pick up. It's true with wine also, same with spirits.
Because I know when you try to homebrew like a German Pilsner, or like I know people have tried to homebrew like a Beamish Irish stout.
Right.
They'll actually RO the water and then get the same mineral components.
Of course,
so that
and
they can
that's,
get that same
that's
flavor.
classic. They do that with the, you know, Stone just did it with their 14th anniversary beer, where they did the Imperial IPA, and they Burtonized the water, which made it to the same factors that Burton on Thames was when they did the original IPAs. Seasonality is another great thing. There's, first of all, regionality. There's a reason why people pair these things together and cook these things and make this kind of beers, and they just go great, and that's why they've been around for hundreds of years. Seasonality is all about having beers that you drink for the season. So you might have, for example, a nice winter warmer with great roast beef, or a beer de garde, which are a lot of times more prevalent in the autumn time with all their spice notes. Is a perfect pairing for Thanksgiving dinner, for example. So big barley wines, winter warmers, those things are great when you're having foods that are like that. Also, foods that are warming for cold winter nights. We don't get that a lot of times in Southern California, but you know, when you have the seasons, it really comes into effect and it really plays well.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, which I know you will, but a Pilsner is a nice base beer, meaning, in my opinion, you can kind of drink a Pilsner with just about anything, and it's going to still taste good. It's going to carry its own flavor profile through it and kind of mesh with whatever you're doing. Certain things like this certainly set it off and kind of enhance it a lot more, but like I could see a German Pilsner being a good fallback beer to almost any pairing that you're going to do.
I wouldn't say every pairing, but the majority of pairings.
Right.
It falls
overly sweet, overly spicy, overly...
Right. It falls into that same category of Hefeweizens and Saisons from Belgium, and also some pale ales, bitters, and IPAs. They go really well with a lot of different food items. Saisons are amazing. If you remember the master pairings I did with the Hefeweizen, where we had, you know, I shocked you because we had all kinds of crazy stuff out there. I had yogurt with fresh seasonal fruit. I think I did an omelet. You know, different things. They go really well together. So a Pilsner goes really well. Not my favorite thing with a big, rich, decadent chocolate cake.
Right.
But other sweet dishes. I mean, you can definitely pair a Pilsner with many.
It's kind of a middle of the road. If you go anything extreme, where it's like deep dark chocolate, really super sweet, I can see where you're going to overpower the Pilsner. But anything middle of the road is totally going to work well with this.
Yeah, I think it's just a great pairing. It's crisp enough, too, to handle the heat. That's why you have all these classic beer styles, these Indian. Most of the Indian beers that you get in Indian restaurants, the Chinese beers, Ding Dao, things like that, those are all classic Pilsner styles or derived from a Pilsner style in some form of lager. So those are kind of beers that are made for that cuisine, and that's why they go well with those kind of things, because of the crispness and bitterness. Well, Stephen, I hope you enjoyed this one.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you, sir.
Well, cheers. Thanks for coming, and thanks for enjoying another Master Pairings.
Boom.
That was Master Pairings.
How was it? Do you enjoy that? I hope so.
It was awesome. I learned so much.
I didn't even watch it.
We'll watch it after the show.
Well,
Edit that out.
So the next pairing.
the next pairing is one of my personal favorites.
This has to
and
be a win.
Yeah, I complained about this the last time we did the Parrot and a Palm Tree a few weeks back because I really did want to have cheesecake with that. So today when we were shopping for beer, I was like, okay, if we're doing a porter, I'm getting a cheesecake. Period. I'm going down on that. So this is a New York Style cheesecake
That we're going down on.
from a factory that makes cheesecakes. So
That figured out. I'm
Yes.
digging in.
Okay.
oh, hello.
I like how we just throw caution to the wind with the like segregated
Dude,
slices.
that's my pieces. Don't even touch my piece.
Don't you dare!
I will cut you.
I don't even want the crust. Just go for the cheese.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
On a different level.
Yeah. Oh my god, like
It's bringing out a different kind of sweetness.
yes,
It's turning
absolutely.
into cream in your mouth.
That's what
Wow.
she said.
I mean, obviously the creaminess of the cheesecake is what's doing that, but the beer, it just makes it a very creamy, delicious.
Well,
beer
it turns it like I would not classify this under normal circumstances as a dessert beer. But with this dessert, it instantly becomes a dessert beer. Very sweet, very like, but not overpoweringly sweet. It's got a nice flavor backbone that just
It's a very complimentary.
yeah, this
Very,
works
very
really well.
complimentary, yes.
That is the kick-ass pairing of the night, I must
And
say.
I was gonna say, and as a person who doesn't drink craft beer as much as you guys do,
Nobody drinks craft beer as much as
This-
we do.
this is spectacular together. Like you guys need to try this together. It's awesome.
Yeah.
This is, at least in California, very widely available.
It is now, yeah. It was extremely hard to find, but Maui Brewing Company finally just secured some distribution deals out here. So I think the Brewery Provisions, like a month ago, had the very first keg ever on the mainland.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And so it's so great to see this beer getting some play out
like
here.
available for sale? Or just
Well, no,
like,
just,
they had it on
just
tap.
on
They're-
tap. Yeah, they
oh,
had it
right,
on tap.
right.
So
I think they did, because they do flights and pairings, and they
Right.
used it for a flight pairing.
that is cool.
Or a taster. Well, this was all win. I got
this was all win.
Yeah.
So Maui, congratulations on brewing awesome.
Congratulations.
You win
Done.
the award. They'll send you a gift basket that will contain probably nothing.
It'll contain
It'll contain
Gifts.
our thanks.
Hopefully
not.
not like anthrax. Just good, positive things.
It's not a terrorist threat.
I almost spit beer. See, I almost made the whole episode without spitting beer, and you had to say that. All right. So, do we have anything to announce? We don't have anything to announce, do we?
Eric, are you on any podcasts? that
Oh
you'd
yeah,
like to
tell us
speak
where we
of?
can find
Yes,
you.
I am. You can find me on Twitter. It's PhatEmoKid, PhatEmoKid. As well as I do a gadget podcast called The G-Man Show.
G-Man Show.
And just, I guess you could call this breaking news, kind of, maybe.
Breaking news.
Pandora Cast is back in action.
What?
From hiatus. We're,
What was it, like a month and a half, two?
It was a long
It
time.
was a really long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Way too long.
But it's
But I
we're-
mean, the doctor was on hiatus. Like,
Well, yeah, but we were
Yeah.
gonna keep it going for a while, and then it just kind of like one of us had life changing situations going on, so it was just like, oh, I don't have time for this anymore.
I got a new cat.
Somebody read
Not that that has anything to do with Pandora.
Who tried to molest me in the kitchen, by the way.
My new
Oh,
cat.
Yes.
that happened.
Awkward.
but then she had.
Weird. Well, that's
you
what
know,
happens when you have.
Oh, you're
friends.
She had
making
some
a
Jack
who
Daniels in the
statement,
cupboard.
not a
and
who
she was
question.
good.
Yes.
And we just strayed off into Never Never Land.
Anyways. So yeah, check me out.
Into Gallifrey.
Wherever.
So, as always, until next week, stay safe and drink
Drink
beer.
beer.